Hi, it's Ashley here with Love and Elevation. I wanted to just come and do a quick um, little reading, I guess, whatever, for this weekend's energy. The eclipse is coming up this weekend, and I feel like from the readings that I've been doing and from the readings that I've been like watching or listening to, like after mine, um, I've been like aligning well, not everybody, but like a lot of the people that I do watch. And side note, I try not to watch too many videos or many people's videos until after I do my own reading to kind of see if it, confirms the energy that I'm feeling or sensing myself, or just to get, additional information. So long story short, I feel like the going message has been, maintaining a sense of strength and peace in order to manifest our dreams. And I mean, that's it's so basic and cliche, whatever, but it's so important now more so than anything to continue to just remain firm in our knowing and in our truth, so that we can continue to move forward, um, and release the things that no longer serve us. And so, um, like I said, that's like the going. I feel like it's like the theme. I mean, it's always the thing that we should be doing is moving forward and continuing to grow and continuing to leave behind what no longer serves us. But sometimes it could just be an energy where, you know, um, it's mainly focused on like I don't know. I guess it's like we could be focused on so many things. Um, let me see. I was thinking about like let me start this video over, but I'm not even gonna start over because I feel like oh, I'm shaking the table. Like, there we go. Okay, we could be focused on so many things or whatever, and based on astrology or based on the energy or whatever. And you may not even have a person may not even have a full understanding of how astrology works or whatever, but may be able to sense the energy and see like, okay, well, you know what, I feel like this is going on in my life, this, and this, whatever. So let me just be fully aware of what's working and what's not working. And that could just be like on the very basic level. But knowing and learning about, astrology and learning about what's going on within the energies and within the universe, and just think different things that are coming up, different distractions or whatever the case may be. That's basically what I'm saying. We could have so many things. There's so many things that we could possibly focus on. And right now the focus is going inward, and um, it can be counterproductive, I guess, whatever, to search so much outside of ourselves, and even listening to too many readings or listening to too much advice from other people. Um, and so I get that, and I listen to others, and like I said, I use it for confirmation, and um, because I like to do a reading for myself, and I like to just sit with myself and see what the energy is at the start of the day. I just found that it's nice and refreshing, and to be able to record myself, and um, it makes me feel vulnerable and to share this with someone else. And it's something that I wouldn't normally do, but it's just like, why not? It's something that I actually love to do. It really makes me feel happy. It makes me feel at peace. Um, to just to have these to use these tools and get confirmation from what I'm feeling and the energies that I feel like or the downloads that I feel like I'm receiving. So this is why I feel like it's fun for me to do. So I won't talk too much, whatever, because I want to do like a couple different spreads out and then just read the energies. So tarot is not reading tarot, reading the cards and stuff is not necessarily my number one go-to thing. Honestly, my thing is energy and emotions, which is, emotions, they say, energy and motion is a breakdown of emotions. Um, and I have always been empathic and sensitive to energy and sensitive to emotions, but now learning these new terms, like people talking about emotional intelligence and stuff. So I just feel like that's like being intelligent and aware of one's emotions, and the intuition, or the just having a good awareness in the moment. Okay, keep on shaking this table. Sorry. So Yeah, but I'll continue. I'll make a video about energy therapy or energy and my take on it, and then I plan to make a video later on today, probably about speaking more about oils and maybe the frequency of some oils. Today I have my diffuser going right here, and I have peppermint and what else did I put in here? Peppermint and I think I put lavender in here and frankincense. And then I know for sure I just put frankincense. Like for my skincare, I put lavender on today, and I put frankincense on. And frankincense mainly because it brings an awareness to me that I feel as if because frankincense is high in sequiterpenes, and sequiterpenes are able to, they're small enough in order to be able to cross the blood brain barrier. So in so many words, that basically helps to oxygenate the pineal gland, and by doing so will then may help to open up someone's awareness, or third eye or first eye. Side note, but I'll talk more about that later. Um, but again, I'm just gonna pull a few cards and check the temperature or the energy. So again, this is just for the weekend. Of course, whenever a person sees this video, then that's when it's meant for them to see it. But I'm really asking to just read the energies for this weekend. And well, I'm gonna pull them out, lay them out first, and then I'll read them and show you what I have. But I'm gonna place them face down and then flip them over after I get done with them, laying them all out. An encouragement popped out. On the bottom of the deck is coming to life. On the bottom of the deck, anxiety. What's that about? Guess we shall see. I just want one from this deck. So be sure to do your spiritual baths this weekend, or even if you take showers, allow the water to run over you and cleanse you as if you're being baptized and reborn, coming out brand new. But if you're doing your spiritual bath, or I mean, regardless of whether you're doing a spiritual bath or a shower, you can still use your herbs and stuff in there. Myself, when I do my bath, well, it depends on what products I have, and I try to make sure that I have my tools available at all times. But if there's ever a time that I don't, then I'm just like, you know, like going to the lab, kind of putting stuff together. Like, okay, so a bath, depending on how I will feel, I'm going to the bath and getting. I could use my, coconut oil in the bath, using, apple cider vinegar or sea salt. But it's nice to even have more things like your rose petals or flowers or different herbs to put in there, whether they're dry or it could be in an oil form. And so, like I said, I have Young Living essential oils, and they're 100% pure therapeutic grade, which means that they're not like cut with any synthetics or anything. And um, so I would put like this depending on how I feel, but like a good cleanse to me would be like I would use frankincense, I would use some lavender, myrrh, hyssop, um, and then remembering to put a different kind of like carrier oil in the water depending on the different oils that we may use, because some oils, if I were to put like a drop of peppermint in the water or something, or a couple drops, it's like a little um, it could cause some irritation to the skin just because peppermint is such a because the type of oil that peppermint is. Just like something like if I like were to use cinnamon or something on the skin, I would have to use like an oil to dilute it a little bit. And whatever oil a person may choose, I sometimes use a V6 oil that I get from the same company, Young Living, or I would just use coconut oil, or some people use like almond oil or whatever. So it doesn't really matter. But in order to like water makes the oil stronger and enhances the oil, and using another oil like coconut oil or something like that would dilute it. So side note on that. Okay, and on the bottom of this deck is Maiden Revolution. Okay, and I'm sipping on some tea. This is Organic Gold. I think it's a red tea, and it's from Organic Gold. So I'll make sure that I haven't even been putting my links and stuff out here, but I'll make sure that I add a link, even if it's not this video. I'll make sure I do it next time or whatever. But for my for Organic Gold, if you are interested in organic coffee, tea, or whatever, I'll put a link for the essential oils and anything that I use and I stand by. I'll put my link down there in case you want to support, because it's like I tell people about the things that I use, and I'm not really quick to um like network the right way or whatever, or really put it out there, because it's like I'm not really looking to get paid and stuff from it, but it's like I might as well, you know, get paid or get the credit, or at least I just want other people to use it is my main thing. So if you happen to buy it from me or somebody else, like that's all good. I just want you to have the information or have the tools or whatever. So the first card that I pulled from the Divine Feminine Oracle deck is Mary Magdalene, and I pulled that the other day when I did a reading. And it says, "The Apostle to the Apostles, I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine." It's a pretty card. Excuse me. I want to look at the book, what it says about it. I know I read it the other day when I pulled this card, but in case you didn't watch that video, I would like to read a little short passage from this book or that card. And it says, again, Mary Magdalene, the apostles to the apostle, I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. Who is she? Mary Magdalene embodies the capacity we all have to merge with the soul and receive divine guidance through a love that never ends. Mary was born in the first century in Magdala, Israel. She was the first to witness the resurrection. For this reason, she is revered in Christianity as the apostle to the apostles. In the meaning of Mary Magdalene, author and Episcopal priest Cynthia Borgilt relates that the Gospels of Thomas, Philip, and Mary Magdalene are all reveal Mary not only as Jesus' beloved companion, koinonos, but also as an equal partner in teaching and transmission. Borgwilt believes that Mary Magdalene's Gospel contains a secret teaching that where was that? That Christ gave to Mary so that she could pass through the seven stages to reach the soul and or the nous, which is the highest point of the soul. And it is this union with her soul that allows Mary to see the risen Christ. In classic iconography, Mary Magdalene is associated with an egg in the color red because of the Eastern Orthodox legend. It says that she used an egg to teach the court of Caesar, Tiberius Caesar about resurrection. Caesar doubted her and responded that a person could no more rise from the dead than the egg in her hand turned red. The egg turned red immediately. Legends relate that Mary then traveled to the south of France to escape persecution and to continue her ministry. It is believed that she lived the last 30 years of her life in the caves of St. Baume. There she met the Christ with a love that inhibits the human heart but that lives on beyond it. So when your soul selects this card, it says that Mary Magdalene represents the fierce, unwavering love that we all have access to within our own vulnerable hearts. It's a love that renders all things sacred, from the animals to the angels, from the poorest to the most powerful. It is a love that sees the inherent worth of all things. And it's a love that remains even through the darkest times, even through death. Her love is the one that resurrects. The Gospel of Mary Magdalene relates that Jesus came to unite us, to demonstrate to us a true human being, an anthropos, meaning a person who is both fully human and fully divine. This is what Mary became, and is why she was so beloved to Jesus. She didn't seek to follow him, she sought instead to become her true self. Mary Magdalene reminds us that we have the power to receive vision from within. We are worthy of such proximity to the divine because that's the other half of what it means to be truly human. She reminds us that there is a bridge between heaven and earth and that we are that bridge. And she wants us to remember that the truest church we can ever enter is in our heart. This is where our true power rests and where love never ends. So the soul voice meditation for this card is, where has my love not yet reached? And I will be vulnerable and answer that. And I'll say that my love has not reached, um, like I'm limiting myself by not, um, by me not sharing my message and my love further and wider. So I was so scared and nervous to get on social media out of fear of what others would think of me or how I may look or come across to others on the camera or whatever. So I choose to limit myself. And I mean, I have volunteered places. I work at different shelters. There's so many of my like friends and associates or whatever who I love on their children and stuff like that. So I'm not like completely limiting myself within my love, but my love can stretch so much further and wider, and yet, and it's not about only giving out to others. My love has not reached the highest pinnacle that it could reach within myself. Like, I have not truly loved myself enough, um, as much as I can, as much as I could, as much as I try to love others. I have not loved myself, honestly, as much as I could. And so my love has not reached the highest level that it could reach for myself. Um, And so I'm doing myself a disservice if I don't allow that. And then the intention behind this card is, I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. And so it is. And then the next spread that I did, the first card is Wizard of Awareness. 3, Stormfield. And that was in the past energy, yesterday's reading. So now it's more like in the present moment. So why storm fields? I don't know. And then um, what I may not be seeing are the goblins. That's funny. That we may not see the goblins, but I heard on a different reading someone saying that a lot of people are going to be coming back around this time, and she was saying, I think it was like Angel Guidance 333 that I was watching, and she was saying on the video last night before I went to bed, I had watched it, and she was saying a lot about people coming back around and us needing to really kind of how we've been kind of people have been kind of emotional, and that was so fitting that she said, because it's just like we're releasing, we're cleansing. And so I made a video the other day, and I was crying and stuff, but it was tears of joy, and it was confirmation because she said pretty much the same thing. And then she's like, okay, well, yesterday it was like more of a happy-go-lucky energy, and that's how I felt as well. I was playing with my kids and all kind of stuff, whatever. My video was more upbeat. And then she also said that people are going to be coming back. So with a storm field, so the Wizard of Awareness, we're aware of it. We're aware of the storm fields or the illusion of the storm. Now we are aware that there's goblins coming back, possibly. Um, and then the hidden opportunity is coming apart. So there may be people that we are, coming apart from or breaking away from, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like um, not allowing the people back into our life or whatever, but just having a natural separation, or maybe even just a short separation, or a short pause or whatever. And sometimes there's just a beauty in that. And yesterday's reading, I did pull the Hermit card and Sad Embrace card. So it's like the same kind of energy, as a Sad Embrace card, where the woman was like having a sad embrace and hugging herself. And it's the same kind of energy there, coming apart. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. So 1 and 0. So needing to, be one with ourselves, and then 0 is a God energy, 0 point energy. So it's just like going, just being one with ourselves, getting back to self. And then I didn't mean to pull this card over, but it's the next course of action, and it's encouragement. And that's the card that had popped out when I was shuffling. So us needing encouragement, maybe playing outside, um, loving on our kids and our loved ones, loving on ourselves, and just encouraging ourselves, even though we are having these sad embrace or coming apart from people, or maybe even feel like we're coming apart within ourselves. Sometimes we have to go through that storm and allow the rain to wash the sadness away, or wash things away. And I talked about doing the cleanse and stuff. So allow it to wash the things away, and encourage ourselves, or find encouragement using our tools or friends or whatever. Go in your sacred space. And then the last card that came out was listen. So listen, really listen to spirit, listen to ourselves, listen to our bodies. What is your body telling you that you need right now? My body told me that I needed some frankincense on my head, lavender on my face. I have my tea instead of having coffee. I do have a cup of coffee that I started drinking some of it, but then I put it away back in the microwave. And I sometimes do that, like get some and then put it away and get some. And I know I probably shouldn't be drinking coffee all that much, but I know that I need tea too, and I have my organic tea with my honey and stuff like that. And then I even have my lemon and stuff, and I can just add that right into my drink because I'm able to use it topically, ingest the oils and stuff like that too. So just listening to our bodies and seeing what we need, um, and listening to the messages and the signs that we need to hear, um, and see and feel. This next spread, I used the Energy Oracle deck, and the first card in the past energy is the Temple Path. And this is so pretty. I imagine this being somewhere like how when I get married or something, like how it will look. It's so magical, and all the orbs and stuff. But the Temple Path talks about basically, walking that path of enlightenment, and our ancestors being around, and orbs. Sometimes in videos, I see orbs going around or whatever, and it's just about walking that path. And it's another 3, the 1 and the 2, so 3. And then the next card and is a man holding his heart. So by following, to me, just those two cards, following the temple path and following, doing our Father's work or being about our Father's business and looking up to the heavens and looking within, like keeping that connection, we can't go wrong. We end up, I heard somebody say this, and I always say that, like I heard somebody, and sometimes I remember who says it or who doesn't, or sometimes I don't. But at the end of the day, it's like you want that relationship, or I at least want that relationship that I'm constantly have my head in the book or my head looking or my eyes looking up to God or just staying focused on enlightenment, and then we'll just look up and then we'll end up seeing somebody who, or the man, he is doing his work and he's so immersed in his books or his studies or whatever, in his path, that he just happens to look up by taking a break or whatever and notice me. And I've had that happen to me before. And those are the most sometimes divine relationships, is when you're not looking for it, when you don't have any motives. It's just you simply just are being, and being and doing the work and being the best self that you could be. And a man just happened to look up and notice you, or a woman just happened to look up and notice you or whatever. And it doesn't matter who is the one who made the connection, whatever. But as long as we're both doing the work, we can both end up having this interconnected relationship. And it's not necessarily about relationship. It could just be, us holding our hearts for the right one. It could be a man holding his heart for us. But at the end of the day, as long as we're doing the work and following the temple path, or the path that we're rightfully supposed to be on, then the love will come, the abundance will come, um, and the right relationship or whatever. So then the heart of the matter is the first chakra, Archangel Michael. So there goes that red energy again, and I, by me pulling this whatever, well, I'm gonna read the card, but to me it's like he's holding a um he's holding a red crystal down at his root area. He has the sword, so it's like cutting away anything that no longer serves us, grounding ourselves in that grounding ourselves, making sure that our root chakra is clear and shining bright. And again, that is the same energy to me as a Mary Magdalene card with the red egg that she has, of fertility. So go ahead and take those spiritual baths and cleanse. And that's the same energy as this card too, with the man holding the heart. So keep on doing the work, this, whether it be this weekend or beyond or whatever. But this weekend is almost like, to me, it feels like New Year's or whatever, because it's like, although we went through that New Year's, people set resolutions or whatever, it's like the real energy to, to really implement what it is that we set forth and setting forth a positive and a real intention. And so what's crossing that is a door to personal healing and happiness. And so it doesn't have to cross it. It could actually be, it could enhance the energy. So we could take it, we could either allow this healing. Um, I just want you to see that card and almost like meditate on that card. Ooh, if I can turn it straight. So the door is open to us. We can either choose to go in or not, to the door to personal healing and happiness. So cut off what no longer serves us. This is a totally different energy than well, not like it's a totally different energy, whatever, but to me, just from going to that red, from that red energy to working it, my camera is kind of far from me or whatever, so bear with me, whatever. But to go to that higher level and higher energy of all the green and the magenta and the golden colors and just all those colors, just like, raising that energy up after we've cleansed the energy, allowing it to flow freely and allow that healing and happiness to take place. And remembering to say our affirmations: I am happy, I am healed, you know, I'm divine, all that. And so the next course of action, the next card is Angel of Love. Wow, it's such a beautiful spread. And again, she's holding a heart right there too, at her heart chakra, and that's a rose quartz crystal that she's holding. And again, you see these flowers, and just meditate on the colors of it. And our bodies don't like necessarily know color or whatever, so it's not like you have to think about a specific color. But sometimes, if if you're visual or whatever, like, you can think about that color and absorb that energy and use it. Today I'm wearing it's a like an emerald green color, and so that's for the heart, resonates the heart chakra. And then as it expands, it turns pink. I know it's always fun. Sorry. It turns pink, and I don't know if you can see right there. I have big rose quartz, that one right there, crystal. Um, and then that is, what is that? Calcite. So that's more for like the sacral area. And then that's selenite to, clear the energy, whatever. But even just the bowl is red. So cleanse that root chakra, with using selenite, whatever. And I sometimes even put my crystals inside of my bath water too. Or being naked, I just sometimes lay the crystals on me, whatever, while I'm in the bathtub. That might be TMI, but whatever works. That to me, that works for me. Why not marinate in that while I'm in the tub with my herbs, with my music playing, with the colors around me or whatever. That's just like um stepping into like to me it's like I was gonna say like a time travel machine, or I don't know, but not necessarily, but yeah, like that would help me jump timelines in a sense, whatever, by me healing, connecting, and purifying all that. So the angels of love is here for us. And then the next card is blossoming abundance. Like, I can't even make this up. I laid them down. I wish I would have showed you that they're all face down. Let me see if I can, just so you can see. Like, I didn't. I put this down just so you can see. I didn't do this. But, sorry, I'm adjusting my stuff. And if you hear noise, I have crystals inside of my bra. I have crystals on me, and I don't feel as if I have to have this stuff on. But when I do feel like I want it, that's what I choose to wear. So meditate on that. Blossoming abundance. Look at the rich colors. I know my camera isn't the best or whatever, but look at the colors. Look at the life in here. And there's another three. And then the last card is the sun. Oh my goodness gracious. So the energy is there. The abundance is there for us. If we want it, we can claim it. And I like how somebody made a comment. I read some of the comments on other people's, videos or whatever sometimes as well. And somebody made a comment on angel guidance, angelic guidance video that I was talking about from yesterday, and they were saying like they like how she doesn't force the energy or the message on someone. She says that this is what's available, and you could either take it or leave it. Just like how there's in this spread, how this is the crossing card for um this archangel, the message as the situation as it exists, and then there's a crossing card, and so you can either cross it or not. Like, it doesn't have to be turned sideways. We could receive it and allow it or not. And so, but it's beautiful to know that the energy is here for us. um and then, like I said, the sun the sun is out, and she has her little paint, what is it, like paint not an easel, what is it, I forget what it's called. And I love painting, so I should know what it's called. But anyways, and then it's like a little baby in here, and it's life, and she's just like wading in the water, and just so in her element, not by herself, but all the life around her, whatever. So it's not a person in this card with her, but the beauty is just soaking up the sun and soaking up that energy. And what will come after that will only be abundance. Like, I mean, there will be some contrast in our lives and stuff like that, but by cultivating this energy and doing the work, the inner work, and the work on ourselves, we can tap into this energy, and great things will come. Love will come. There's the sun here, blossoming abundance, angel of love, first chakra, archangel Michael, door to happiness, the man holding the heart, temple path. Like, it's all good. And then I did this 3-card yoni spread from the mythical goddess tarot. So just to flip these over, just so you can see that I flipped them over. Like, I laid all this stuff face down. um and so the situation as it exists is forgiveness. Forgiveness. This is what, 6 of fire, and I think it's, is it Leo, and I want to say, is that symbol Jupiter? I don't really recall what that symbol is, but who do we need to forgive? Um, who do we need to forgive? There's meditations. I like the whose meditation is it? What's his name? Vishnu. It's the 6 phase meditation. I'll try to put it in the description. But that's a really good meditation that I like to do, because it asks like for you to see the people. Yep, it's Jupiter and Leo. I was right. Um, See the people who you may need to forgive, like through meditation, and see them in front of you and ask them to forgive you and let them know that you want to forgive them for anything that you forgive them, and you want to ask for forgiveness for any hurt, harm, or danger that you may have brought their way. And also, we may need to forgive ourselves for any time that we allowed something, or wasn't as compassionate with ourselves as we needed to be, or as patient with ourselves as we needed to be. But I'll read this card. It says, um, Six of Fire, forgiveness, and it's Jupiter in Leo, and it says, a shining priestess with flaming heart and robe of roses holds her hands out to others in loving forgiveness. Her focus is turned inward. There you go, inward. Her passion for source radiating outward in blessing. She embodies the expansion of life, offered from the heart to the world, when all is forgiven and love without limit. The priestess of forgiveness comes to you when it is time for you to examine your heart to find where you have been withholding love from yourself and others. And I said that with that Mary Magdalene card, that I've been withholding it from myself and others, um, in the capacity that I know that I can give. Like I haven't been giving it. Um, so the priestess of forgiveness comes to you when it is time for you to examine your heart to find where you have been withholding love from yourself and others. Forgiveness is essential now to let the loving light of the goddess fill your heart. Let your ego and judgments of others go forever. Let it go forever by opening to the absolution she represents. Let your world and your very DNA be transformed through the power of forgiveness. So that is very, very, very powerful. And again, that red energy, heart's on fire, and she's chained to that purpose. Like she's so true to it. She's like, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Like going inward and radiating, um, and her passion for source radiating outward. And then for it to say, let your world and your very DNA be transformed. So go ahead and do those spiritual baths, and then ask for Archangel Michael to like call on him in order to release those ties, agreements, contracts, binds, or whatever that no longer serve us, beliefs, whatever, and be transformed by the renewing of our spirit and mind. And then the next course of action is vision, crone, visionary, and this is the Aquarian card. And so I'm going to go ahead and read that just because that's the course of action, and I want you to see what this says. And it says, the crone of wind is a wise eagle woman of vision who accesses the hidden worlds beyond the everyday perspective. And oh, I did say this is an Aquarian card. Okay. And then holding the egg of fertile possibilities, again with the egg, she is the totality of all creative forces from which the world is born. This wise woman ascends through her perfect eagle-eye sight, the visionary who has achieved spiritual cognition and is spirit embodied. Her expression and her vision are one, her thinking intuitive, her perception all encompassing. She comes to you with gifts of insight now, needed to ascend above your present circumstances into new realities and perspectives, of possibilities never before imagined. She brings pristine vision to assist you in forming a new way of seeing and creating your world. Open your mind to new paradigms, to pioneer, to pioneer into unknown realities, leading the way for others and changing the course of the world forever. That is so beautiful. I'm going to actually take the blue lace agate and put it on that card just to reinforce that energy. And then I have, let's see. So I'll put like the tiger eye by this in order to basically, I feel like that's like seeing like the like a I got the heart of a tiger riding or something like, I don't know if I butcher the words or not, whatever, but I'm gonna put that on there. And then I'll put what is this? Black obsidian in order to ground the energy. Um and then this is the outcome, manipulation, earth. Okay, hold on just a second. Girl Skull, you gotta be quiet because I'm recording. Go on your fork and close the door. Thank you. Close the door, babies. You got to be very quiet. Close the door. Now. 3, 2. We'll go somewhere else. See ya. Manipulation. Why would this be the last card? I'll clarify that, but I want to read what the card says just to see. And for anybody who has kids, you know your kids only come when you're doing something. Like, they don't normally come when I call all the time or whatever, but they'll come when I'm doing something, when it's quiet in here. Hold on 1 second. Girls, close the door, babies. Thank you. Okay, and so this is Mercury and Taurus. It says a woman's hand manipulates a puppet from above, keeping it dangled from her strings. The puppet is oblivious to being controlled and seemingly has no choice but to move without grace, joy, or vitality. She does not see the light from above, the true guidance always available to her. This pitiful puppet is in your cards to show you that you are being manipulated or are manipulating others. The need to control or be controlled comes from the lack of faith in life's process. Self-worth and identity issues are at the root of this. You are sacred. Have you been seduced by what is beneath you, feeling you must manipulate others to get what you want? Now is the time to release the chaotic death grip. Remember who you are and let spirit take the reins of your life. Yes. So forgiveness for if I have been manipulative or if I have allowed manipulation in my life. I'm going to put this black tourmaline on this and selenite. And then I'm going to enhance it with my magnets right here. Because ain't nobody got time for that. But I will clarify just to see like where it's possibly coming from. I didn't realize my music turned off. So let's see. Okay, so I'm going to clarify with, I'll use the same deck and then I'll use, well, no. I'm going to use the Shamanic Healing deck. And I believe Angelic Guidance had just posted like a picture of that, or similar to that sign, saying to meditate on that. So I'm going to clarify the manipulation with that. So this card wanted to come out, and the card is, it's all good. So that card popped out a few times yesterday. On the bottom of the deck is Transformation 22, which adds up to 4. So the whole goal for the weekend is to transform from lower energies of manipulation, forgive where we have manipulated ourselves or manipulated others or allowed manipulation into our lives. And then I'm going to read, if I can find the book. I'll put this up too, just so you can. Okay. And it's 18. Okay, here goes the card again. And it says, every experience you have in your lifetime has a potential to be a teaching tool. By remembering and embracing this idea, the situations you encounter become less fraught with unneeded emotion and drama. By not attaching labels or expectations to people and situations, you allow the pure divine energy to flow unimpeded. And now it talks about letting energy just flow, letting it flow. So while you may have little control over what happens to you at times, you always have control over how you react. Do you react on an impulse? Strike out at others when you feel hurt? Do you crawl into your safe place when the world seems mean and hurtful? Face this challenge in your life head on. Be thankful for the opportunity to experience whatever it is that is happening. Set yourself a goal of learning from every situation in your life and find that silver lining. It's there. So that's a good card to pull. And I just felt the need to say, maybe it's my ego, maybe it's, I don't know what it is, but um like, don't think I just be yelling at my kids. I'm not mean. I'm super like soft spoken or whatever, but I feel like if I tell them to stay somewhere or to sit down or whatever, and I've given them their food, all that stuff, like, I know they're kids. Kids will do that. Kids come, kids, we as adults, whatever, don't always listen to the guidance that is given to us. Um, and so of course we want to be soothed or whatever we want to, just like a child wants to be soothed and wants to just be like, for the parent to be like, all right, you can come here, or you can, or just go back in the room, whatever. And I can do that sometimes, but it's just like, if I told you to sit down, like, just sit down. You already know. So you might even see them run across here, and if you do, sorry, but whatever. Um, and oh, I had pulled a card from the Everyday Goddess, and the Hang one popped out. It says, "My sacrifice will strengthen my devotion to the divine and deepen my compassion for all beings." So there's the hang one, and I'm going to read a little bit from the book just so that if you don't have an understanding of what the hangman card means, then okay. So the key word is self-sacrifice, and the affirmation is, "My sacrifice will strengthen my devotion to the divine and deepen my compassion for all beings." And it says, "It is through enduring personal sacrifice and surrendering your ego's ambitions that faith is attained. Your will is surrendered and becomes aligned to the will of God. The goal is to return to your authentic nature and recreate yourself in the image of your highest potential. You must be willing to sacrifice what you are for what you can become." Affirming the hanged one. The important thing is this: to be able at any moment to sacrifice what you are for what you want to become. And that's by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, however you pronounce it. And we can do no great things, only small things with great love. And that was by Mother Teresa. You and your highest potential are needed in the world. It is you who must decide if higher awareness and spiritual growth is worth the personal sacrifice involved. Yes, I'm making that decision now, for myself at least. At some point in your life, you may realize that success in the physical world will feed your ego's ambitions, but not your emerging need to reconnect with God. Once you become aware of the possibility of achieving your highest potential through love for God, you must become empty and ready to receive instructions. By surrendering to God's will, you surrender your need to control the external world. By embracing something bigger than yourself, you release your belief in a limited self. Release. By feeling compassion for all beings and understanding the power of co-creation, your awareness moves from yourself to others. Many times the will of God becomes a goal after you have positively experienced the results of letting go of your egoic ambitions or having negative experience as a result of failing. In either situation, the events that unfold in your life may turn out to be more in alignment with your authentic nature. These experiences bring you even closer to reaching your highest potential through your unique talents and intelligence. A grain of faith is all you really need in order to begin to turn over the management of your life to God. A grain of salt. If you have, what is it, faith but the size of a mustard seed? Okay, so these experiences bring you even closer to reaching your highest potential through your unique talents and intelligence. A grain of faith is all you really need in order to begin to turn over the management of your life to God. Surrendering your will to God is an active step of waiting to receive inner guidance. Even though God will answer you immediately, you may not be ready to receive guidance. This is why being ready to receive guidance is an active process and can be more challenging than surrendering. It is during this unfamiliar time that you might feel confused and alone, suspended between heaven and earth. Wow. And she talks about being the bridge. I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. Um, by practicing faith and devotion, you can transcend your impatience, confusion, and feelings of aloneness. Try to remember all will be well on God's time. on God's timeline. Stay connected to the invisible world through meditation and prayer, dreams, vision, humor, creativity, and allow questions to work through you. In surrendering your will by listening, in surrendering your will and waiting for guidance, you are asking to have all physical, psychological, and emotional illusions removed. Remember, I talked about the illusion of the storm, goblins and stuff. Um, In surrendering your will and waiting for guidance, you are asking to have all physical, psychological, and emotional illusions removed from your life in order to know God. As an active co-creative partner with God, expect the unexpected. What God designs for your future will have nothing to do with your experience or your past. Surrender to that now. Creating a meaningful life is about sacrificing your own agenda and egoic ambitions, and then devoting your life to the love of God. So that is really beautiful. And so the contemplation for the hanged one is, what is the purpose of self sacrifice? What are my highest aspirations? What does my ego want? What does my soul want? Do I have enough faith to transcend myself? How can I stay connected to the invisible world? Can I wait for inner guidance? Am I ready to give up my egoic ambitions? Do I ever negotiate with God? How will I know that I have received divine guidance? And so a poem here by Mother Teresa says, "We, the unwilling, led by the unknowing, are doing the impossible for the ungrateful. We have done so much for so long with so little. We are now qualified to do anything with nothing." I start to water when I read because I need glasses. Okay, excuse me. So this is an exercise. It's called being of service. Go through your closet, drawers, or garage and find an item or two you no longer need and are prepared to give away. You can donate books, clothes, old furniture, or unused exercise equipment. Donate it to the good cause and envision this act as creating a space for new things to enter your life as you see how this small act of giving can benefit others. Notice how you feel afterwards. Perhaps more happy and free, knowing that these things that these items will touch others' lives in a positive way. Ask, what can I do to make the world a better place? That's such a beautiful card. I'm not crying. My eyes are really just watering. Oh gosh. Okay, and so I'm gonna pull a couple cards from Kuan Yin's deck, whatever pops out, just for additional guidance and like as a last message. I take that back. I'm gonna do a love activation spread too, just to activate. It's the power of love activation cards, and then it's like the full body spread. So just to see what characteristics and attributes that we may need to embody and focus on for this weekend as well. But we already see that it's forgiveness and not and releasing like manipulation and basically allowing um, the release of our egoic ambitions and the need to want to be successful in the world, and um, cultivating that awareness and passion and firing up that passion and stirring up a gift within ourselves um, to strengthen our connection to God. So two cards popped out. One card, we weave the future golden. And, oh, I'll show you that. But this is what the back says too. But it says something good is coming your way. Kuan Yin now assists you to weave your future and the present moment, to call in and draw to you the opportunities, teachings, circumstances, and synchronicities that are waiting for you, and which will enable your soul to live its divine destiny with greater abundance, bliss, and creative fulfillment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I received that. Take that. Take that, take that. I love when Infinite Water says that, and I know Diddy said that, whatever, but it's funny hearing somebody else say that, and then it just comes to mind. I hear a lot of songs when I say things. I hear songs like, or people that have already said it or whatever. So, anyways, Orchid Priestess of Destiny is the other card that popped out, and it's like sounding the flute.
The orchid priestess of your highest spiritual destiny calls to you now. She inspires you to discover and express your purpose. You are encouraged to live into your potential with all its uniqueness and beauty. Her sweet her sweet flute playing deep in your heart, blossoms of orchids and chrysanthemums falling from her feet. She stirs your heart to quest for your true soul's passion. So I just want you to kind of like meditate on this card and all the flowers that are in there and the beauty. If I can hold it still, the beauty in this card. So myself, I love flowers, oils, all this, all these things that make me feel um, my most divine and feminine self. But also, it makes me feel powerful. And so I'm gonna put these cards away really quick just so that I can do this quick little power of love activation spread, and then I will be done. So I don't intend to always have like super long videos, but it is what it is, because there's some people whose video that I watch that are like an hour or too long or whatever. So I don't know if anybody's watching this video, but if you do, I appreciate you, and if you don't, all is well too. So I'm gonna I'll shuffle really quick, and then I'll pull the camera down just so you can see the spread. And this card popped out. Is it trust? You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. I sure do. I'll receive that. It's not always, but I would like to think that that it's strong. Trust it, Ashley. Trust. Trust that it's strong. Trust that you have the connection that you want. Trust that you are opening the flow of energy. Faith faith without works is dead, right? I'm gonna put this down. Sorry, you hear my kids yelling. My girls are best friends, but of course, sisters fight sometimes. So, hold on one second. I'm about to yell like, y'all better not be in that toilet. Huh? Like Kevin Hart, whatever. I know I'm not the only parent who yells from another room, but I guess I won't yell in y'all ear. uh, this is the first card, which represents I'll put it over here. It represents the headspace, or where our thoughts should be focused on. This represents the vision, our vision. This represents the heart area. This card represents the energy that we're receiving, energy that we're giving, action that needs to take place, and the past energy. And then on the bottom of the deck is present. You live in the moment and are able to bring forth the energy of love in your current circumstances. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, excuse me. Okay, so the card that popped out that we're supposed to keep our thoughts on is ownership. You acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learn to love them all as lessons. So taking ownership of our thoughts and the energy that we're putting out there. And then this is the vision. The vision should be stayed on friendliness. Oh, I didn't show you the ownership card. And so the vision is of friendliness. You are able to recognize traits in common with another in order to forge love-based connections. So let's see friendliness. Let's see the God in everyone. Although people are coming back from the past or whatever, we ain't got to be chopping heads off or nothing like that. People come back because they see our light, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually a great thing, because when we know what we don't want, we know what we do want. So we don't have to be rude to anybody or whatever. Even if we create distance or something between ourselves and others that may no longer resonate with us, we can do it in a friendly way. And so the heart of the matter is responsibility. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. So taking responsibility for our love and our heart and our energy. And then the energy that we're receiving in the giving side is cause and effect. We're receiving cause and effect. You are aware that the love you create in your thoughts is an agent of change and the foundation of your results. So it keeps talking about thought. And what the energy that we're giving out is passed throughout through the power of love. You release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. So we're giving that out. So as I just got done saying, when people come back or whatever the case may be for the weekend, it says through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. So we're giving this out. So to me, that's like giving mercy too. Like we are able to give out compassion to others and release them and not have any hold on people, and transforming our heart space based on friendliness, taking ownership for our thoughts, um, and being aware of the love that we create in our thoughts, and that it's the agent of change and the foundation of our results, which is cause and effect. And so it's just like cultivating an awareness and being responsible for where we are and what we're and the work that we're doing, and letting people just be, as long as we're doing our work, we ain't got to try to knock nobody else down or cause anybody else to stumble or to be hurt either. And um then this card is like the most important card of the spread, is because this is what we should be actively doing, and it's cooperation. In your quest to manifest the energy of love, you realize that every person and experience has value. And that's just what I was saying, because I've been seeing the comments too where people, and I know they're probably just being silly, or sometimes people really mean it, because people have hurt us, or or we perceive them to have hurt us, but it's about what we allow, and something within them, there's something we attracted them for a reason. There's something that was within them that we have within us, because we were around them and we attracted that situation or that issue. So let's be able to cooperate with others and know that nobody's doing anything to us. Nobody's against us. The main energy that we should always have and cultivate is peace. Nobody true peace. Nobody true peace in the midst of the storm. Nobody can do anything to us or whatever. We're meant to be able to have that true peace, and that should be our natural response to things, and not having a knee jerk reaction to situations or issues or whatever. But our natural response, but it. And I watched Major Payne the other day too, so I was cracking up when he said that. Believe, believe, believe. Anyways, and so in the past energy, the card of individuality came out. It says you leave your unique stamp of love on everything that you do, and that's such a beautiful energy. Because if we're not being authentically ourselves, then what are we living for? We can. I like to think that I'm a actress, um, because I can see somebody else or listen to something and model that behavior or whatever, and it's not being like I'm not copying whatever, not meaning to copy somebody, whatever, but just because I'm like a sponge, I absorb so many things, and I mean other people are like that too, whatever. But for myself, I absorb so many things that I hear, see, whatever. It's just like paying homage to somebody. Like I love listening to people and seeing how they do things or whatever, because I love people. I love the beauty of people's expression. And so, but remembering to um leave your unique stamp of love on everything that you do. So I hope that I was able to be a blessing to you. Thank you if you watched this for the whole hour and 6 minutes or whatever that it is. Love and elevation to you today and every day, and take this for this weekend and beyond to cut out the things that no longer serve us, but do it in a friendly way, being responsible and taking ownership for our energy and how we deal with others. Because although we might be cutting people out or severing ties, or just there might be like a natural separation or whatever, we can cooperate. We can be individuals, but also cooperate with others. And um, and then that's the cause and effect, where you are aware that the love that you create in your thoughts is the agent of change and the foundation of your results. So not just within our thoughts, but how you think about somebody and how you think about a situation is the agent of change. So if we are thinking friendly thoughts or taking ownership for our misdeeds and accomplishments alike, you learn to love them all as lessons. So you see that anytime that we stumble, we have made mistakes, whatever, all have sinned. So who are we to just be chopping off heads and to be going at somebody's throat because they made a mistake or they didn't treat us right or whatever the case may be? No, let's have forgiveness for them. Let's have forgiveness for ourselves and be more compassionate. And sometimes we can bite our tongue in the moment of anger or whatever the case may be. Just like how I guess I just snapped on the kids or whatever for coming out here. I guess in that moment I could have bit my tongue and said things in a more compassionate way, in a more friendly way, and they're still running by. But I mean, it's all good because I don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't want to kill their spirits or whatever. That's not my goal. A kid. I believe Abraham Hicks said it, like kids just want to be soothed. Like, and the nicer that we are, or whatever, then the more cooperative they'll be. And it's not saying be a pushover or whatever the case may be, but we can be assertive and firm and speak with strength and not have to hurt anybody or tear anybody down. So whether it be our kids or somebody else. Um, so I don't think I have any more cards to pull. I do want to just pull this romance because people talking so much about romance, like, and we all want a relationship. Well, not all, not everybody, but some of us. Let's just see what pops out. Because remember, we want to fill our own cup and be like, not that our cup has to be half full. I want my cup to be my cup runneth over. Fill me up till I overflow. I wanna run over. I wanna run over. Fill me up. That's how I wanna be. Fill me up till I overflow. I wanna run over. I wanna run. So getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Let's see what else comes out. And how can we get to know each other, unless we know ourselves? We want to get to know ourselves, have that intimate relationship with ourselves first, and then share that love with another. It says, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So keep an open mind. We want other people to keep an open mind when it comes to us, and all our little idiosyncrasies and all our flaws or whatever, as beautifully flawed as I am, I want somebody to be open minded and to love me truly and deeply, whatever. And I have to love myself in that way. And I truly do, but I will turn that up. Turn up, turn up, turn up. So that the person that I encounter would truly love himself first and can truly see the God in me, and I truly just see the God in him. And like Abraham Hicks said, we won't even want to talk. We'll just be like, yes. Like, you just want to look at that person, look at them in their eyes, and just be like, yes. Like, we don't even really have to talk. We can, but we don't have to talk. And I'm not saying it like in a nasty way or whatever. Not like, well, I won't say nasty. I'm not saying that like it has to be, about sexual stuff, whatever either. But it can be, that's the beauty in that, having chemistry with somebody, having that passion. Because when you have a passion for yourself and a passion for life and a passion for enlightenment, then You just want to share that with somebody who feels the same way, that kindred soul and kindred spirit. And it says, "It is safe for you to love." Thank you. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Yes, ma'am. I sure will. I sure will. Then it says flirt. I'm a flirt. I'm a flirt. I love you, R. Kelly. I love you. And flaws and all. Flaws and all. I realized that um by studying energy, side note, by studying energy, that we sometimes carry baggages or traumas um around that may be ours, and they may not necessarily be ours. Sometimes we carry things that from generations before us, past lives, um, carry things with us that were imposed upon us throughout when we were in our mother's wombs, feeling that energy or whatever. And in order to have that, we need to know that we could change the direction of our lives. Like nobody's ever just like too far gone to not be able to be healed. That's what we're here for. We're here to experience and to love and to bring an understanding of ourselves and to know ourselves. And I'm saying that to say that um hurt people. And so this man is so lovely and beautiful and has been hurt, and maybe he's done some things in his life to hurt other people that I'm not sure of. I haven't been there. I haven't seen any videos or anything like that. Well, it seems I haven't seen certain videos, whatever, but there's some things that I have seen about him. I have not watched that Lifetime special, and I refuse to watch it. There's no need for me to watch it. I understand and I overstand where he is in his life and what's going on. And so I'm not even gonna put too much energy on that. The energy that I'm gonna put on that is healing, cleansing, and enlightenment, and healing for him. And so if we could do anything for him and other people going through a storm, we can know that it's an illusion. You know, there's healing available for everybody, every situation. And if we address things from a higher perspective and look at things from a holistic view and truly take ownership for what we have done and what we are giving out and what we are um thinking or whatever and wanting for us, people saying he needs to go to jail, all that type of stuff. How does that really rehabilitate somebody? No, we want to go down to a deeper level, to a cellular level. And the only thing that does that is prayer, somebody putting forth the right energy, releasing those pent up traumas and stuff, so that we know where these things come from. We know that some of these things are ours, and some of these things are not ours, that we have dealt with, and sometimes we don't even know how to deal with them, so we express in certain ways. And so people want to be accepting of some of our expressions, but they don't want to be accepting of other expressions or whatever. Or if this person does something, it's okay, and this person, so it's just about understanding the root of it and healing the root of it and cleansing it, so that what comes out and what we express is of a pure nature. And that man is beautiful. That man is Black Dot. I watched Black Dot's breakdown of it, and I suggest that other people watch his breakdown of it, because he said it so beautifully. Like, in a way, I didn't want to watch anybody else's breakdown of what was going on until I felt like I was in a good place and understood it. And so then by watching his Black Dot's breakdown, it was like a confirmation to me to like it's just, he just said it all. I can't, there's nothing else that I could even say about it, whatever. But knowing what I know, and knowing that healing and bringing purity, and knowing where we store guilt in our head. We want to release that and bring innocence. We are all innocent. We're all innocent. And I'm not saying that to minimize the damage that has been done in anybody's life because of someone else's hurt. I'm simply saying that the better we address and acknowledge the hurt and the traumas and the blockages that we all go through and have, the better the awareness, and the better the person would be, the better love and awareness and God will be able to shine, the better the light will shine through and show forth. That's what you'll see. You'll begin to see, we loved him when he was bumping and grinding or whatever, and it benefited us. But we don't love him when he bumped and grind or whatever, and somebody, I understand people were affected by it. So I'm not saying this to minimize it at all. So please don't mince my words. And I know that I probably, well, how do you feel qualified to say? But because it's my opinion. In my opinion, I believe that he needs to be able to truly heal from the spiritual leaders. So I know I watched a Jan Van Zandt. She had given a short um, excerpt or a short description of how she believed that he needed to be helped, and I agree with her um, in a way that how she sees things, the beauty of how Iyanla Vanzant works with people, and how she sees things from a higher perspective, and how she's willing to give that compassion and that love and that healing, because not only because um because he's a human, and everybody deserves that right. That's a basic right of that everybody should have, is peace and healing, and the proper, and know the proper tools and ways to do this. And I will share some of the information that I know, and I'll make sure that I put my information in the description, so of the so that you can set up a session with me to do energy therapy, or there's other people who do Reiki, energy therapy. These oils go down to they're able to penetrate the body at a cellular level. So things like this, tools like this, that are able to actually create a lasting change and a lasting effect, and bring our bodies up to the healthy state where they need to be. It's not about things like this healing or whatever. Our bodies are meant to be healthy, and are above um our natural state of being is well-being. And then some things happen in our lives, or traumas, or events, or whatever happen, and cause this natural state of well-being to be affected. And so in order to reverse these things and to bring the body back up to a wellness state, we need to address these things at a cellular level. Dr. Bruce Lipton talks about how the rice experiment, and then looking at snowflakes, how each snowflake is different, but like with the rice experiment, how people were able to speak things into existence, speaking love to the rice, and the rice was able to maintain its color and able to last way longer than what the rice did. Like there was rice that nobody that was neglected, nobody did anything or said anything to it, and then it just naturally I was gonna say decayed or whatever. Just thinking about the body, because it's basically there. It was like um, he was doing it like with the comparison of the body, or as it relates to the body, whatever. So that rice, they didn't do anything, and it just naturally went bad. And then there was some rice where they spoke negative words to it, hate, um, anger, all those negative or lower energy words or whatever. And it started to break down even faster, turn black, and just like it just looked really nasty. And so we just have to watch the words that we speak to others and to ourselves, and take ownership of that. Take ownership of that, you know, and um allow that healing to take place. So this weekend um is a great time for that. It's a great time to release. It's a great time to heal. It's a great time to be aware, and to take ownership, and to cooperate with ourselves and with God, to release the past. Oops, you see that? To release the past. Um, Taking responsibility for, you are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. How much responsibility are we taking for loving on him, loving on ourselves, loving on our children, watching over our children, making sure that they are in our care, making sure that we're cultivating that environment within ourselves, and then that is what will be expressed in our outer environment. So keep an open mind, get to know others, flirt with others. It's safe to love, but all these things mean nothing if we can't give that to ourselves. So the energy that I pulled today is the sun. It's here for us. That was the outcome. Before that, there's blossom in abundance. The angel of love is here. Love. How much love are we giving? How much love are we receiving? How much compassion are we having for others through their storm, through their, you know, through the good times and the bad times. The door of healing, of personal healing and happiness is here for us. The door is open. Ask and you shall receive. Knock and the door shall be open unto you. It's here. Will you walk through it? Call on Archangel Michael to release any ties, binds, agreements, old stories, any guilt, hurt, shame, anything that no longer serves us. Release it. See it being released. See it being like, if it's like yesterday I pulled the Pele card. I see that volcano rising up, purifying though that negative energy, seeing it being released like steam out of your bodies. Envision this. Use your imagination. If you don't, then somebody else gonna program you and tell you what to think. No. Hold on to your heart. Heal it. Give it to God. Walk that temple path. Ancestors are here with us. There's people here around. There's so many people. I watched a video from Fendi Faye, I believe her name is. I just came across her and I watched a video from her today. And it was so beautiful to see this strong woman shedding tears. And I cried in my video the other day. I was just saying that, whatever. And I felt silly and I was going to, I'm sitting here snotting, blowing my nose or whatever. But it's such a beautiful strength that's there when somebody is willing to be vulnerable and show their heart and show their soul. And she said, that's when the soul speaks, when somebody is crying and when somebody is laughing. And it makes me almost want to cry now because I hate seeing somebody else be persecuted for, I understand someone's actions, but what actions were done to him? What actions were done to us? What things that we come across as a kid that we probably shouldn't have seen or whatever? What things that we done or thought ourselves or whatever that we think that we can't come back from? There's always God don't see it. God sees us as healed, as whole, as not even being. This is a human experience. We are spirits living a human experience. And so I understand the different experiences that we have all seen and heard are far and wide or whatever. And there's so many things that we could possibly experience and see, from hurt, harm, to love, to joy, or whatever. What else? What is it that you will see? It's not about turning a blind eye to the things, but it's about actually seeing those things, speaking those things, laying hands on people who are actually like. Let's bring that back. Let's lay our hands on someone. People who are doing Reiki and doing energy healing. We need you. We need you. And I'm speaking that to myself as well. We are needed. I'm not gonna sit here and not do these things that I've been taught to do, and I'm genuinely interested and I'm learning. Like right now, I'm ready to start doing some studying. I have my medical books here. I'm not a doctor, but I'm genuinely interested in these things. Baby's running across, so I'm gonna get off soon or whatever. But what is it that we're seeing? What is the energy that we're putting forth? So whether it be you praying, somebody sending someone money who may need it, somebody, but us doing the work on ourselves, releasing those traumas, those stories, understand, getting the past life regression, bringing an understanding and a knowledge of self in order to be our highest self. And Black Dot said it good. Hashtag hypocrisy. Or mute hypocrisy. That's what he said. Hashtag mute hypocrisy. Not hashtag mute R. Kelly. Like hashtag mute hypocrisy. Let's do the work on ourselves. Let this weekend be a weekend of relaxation, sitting in our spiritual baths, taking our showers, and then after that, after we've been cleansed and renewed, then let's continue to do that. Every day we take a shower. Allow that energy to allow that to wash over us. Stay in our studies and in our books. Keep your mind set on him. Keep your mind set in this feminine energy. Be that bridge between heaven and earth. Be fully human and fully divine. Call in that energy. Declare it, decree it. I am divine. I am humble. I am whole. I am peaceful. I am true. I am full of integrity. I am love. I am loved. I am present. I am safe. I am responsible. I am cooperative. I am friendly. I am taking ownership. I am getting to know others. I'm keeping an open mind. I am, say your I am statements. Get your oils or whatever. Do your tapping. Do your tapping. I am. I am. I am divine. I am abundant. I am in the flow of abundance. Do your work. Do the work. And with that, I leave you. I love you. Love and elevation to you, to you, to you, to you, to anybody who comes across this video. Let's do the work. Let's heal ourselves. Let's heal others. And let's heal the world and the planet. Make it a better place. In the words of Michael Jackson. And I love Michael Jackson. Think about how connected that we all are. We have all made mistakes, but we are all beautiful people. How can we judge somebody else? I mean, we're judging, but how can we condemn somebody else? Like, come on now, get out of here with that. Not here, not here. I I'm guilty of having judged or having condemned somebody, but when you know better, you do better. Let's do better. We know better. Let's continue to do better, and let's continue to not only rely on the things in the past of what we knew. Let's continue to learn and to bring more awareness to just how high our potential can be. So when I said that I'm guilty of not giving myself, like where hasn't my love reached? My love is gonna reach far and wide. My love is gonna reach the R. Kelly, Cosby, even the Red Pill, Blue Pill, Spiritual Guidance by Nicole, KT the Arch Degree, Brother Panic, Bobby Hemmett, um, Universal Frequencies, um, the Mazily family, the McClure twins, the everybody that we watch and we don't show love or shout out or whatever. Let me be that connector. My parents are beautiful, strong people. I've learned strength from my mom. I didn't understand it, but now I understand just how strong sometimes you got to be when you're in the face of a storm. My parents were into carrot bars, international, and so there's so many powerful people within that, and people of color, people of all colors. Young Living has connected me to different people. My upline cricket, Terry Seacrest, I believe her name is. Beautiful people. The owner and founder, Gary Young, he recently passed away, but just learning the mission, just seeing people's vision. Les Brown, E.T. the hip hop preacher, just all these people, Dolo the pilot man, and just there's so many people that I watch and I send love to, and even when we're not in our highest light, I still don't. I sometimes even turn the video off and don't even watch it because I don't need to see you when you're low in your lower self. I don't need to see that because I see your higher self. I see the God in you, and I hope you see the God in me. And don't take my words and skew them or whatever. Or take it how you may, but I understand that when you see the God in somebody else, that's how they will begin to be. When you see the God in them, they'll begin to see the God in you, and we will see the God in one another, and God will be here. Wherever I am, I want God to show up. I want people to see him all over me, see the divine all over me. And if I have ever been um, less than, then I apologize. I forgive myself, and I hope others forgive me if I've ever been less than my divine self. But when you know better, you do better. And I want to continue to do better. Fendi Faye said something about somebody in her loved one asking, babies again, asking perfection of her. And she's like, how many times did somebody ask perfection of you? Like, and I expect perfection from myself, and so I wouldn't ask that of myself unless or of somebody else unless I'm willing to do the same work within myself. And she was like, how have you ever known true love? True love is something that pushes you to be perfect and to be your higher self and your best self. And she said sometimes love can break you because it's pushing you so hard. And with her even asking that question, it just made me ponder, like, yes, I have known true love, and I thought that true love was like this really little, hand holding or whatever else, and it's not really that. Like, I mean, there's no way of really pinpointing exactly what love is, but by people asking questions and by us doing this work, we can truly know what love is. Like, and not deny that to ourselves or to somebody else. Why should somebody have to be denied love? We should be given love in the most purest sense and form, and be transformed. Our actual DNA be able to be transformed by the renewing of our mind and our hearts and our spirit. Like, let's be transformed. Transform. Transform. If you don't learn anything else, if you didn't hear anything by other than this, just transform. transform. Go in your chamber, go in your safe space, go in the bathtub, go in the shower, sit on the toilet. That's some of the most divine time that I have, is sitting on the toilet and just thinking. Sometimes I gotta run away from the kids, whatever, and just be by myself. Where's your sacred space? Go in that sacred space this weekend and heal. Heal. Send love to yourself, and when you are all powered up, give it to somebody else too. Don't give it all away, but give some out. Who are you giving love to? Who are you willing to give love to? Where has your love not reached? How far can your love reach? How far? Love is Beyonce. They say true love, the greatest weapon to win a war caused by pain. What she say? Nothing real can be threatened. Well, I don't know, but go listen to that song. Listen to whatever song puts you in the right energy to be your best self and to give the most healing and pure divine love to yourself, for God, and to others that you can. So again, love and elevation to you today and every day. Thank you. I love you, and I will talk to you soon. Gotta tend to these babies. And hug on them and kiss on them for me yelling at them. So I apologize too, because I'm human as well. I'm living this human experience, and I am spirit. So my spirit is not hateful, and I love my children. If anybody knows me, I absolutely love my children. And I do have high expectations of them, but I sometimes have to pump my brakes and be like, okay, well, how often do you listen to spirit? Sometimes you don't listen. So why you gotta, and you don't want to be yelled at. You don't want God to shake you up, or you don't want a storm to come just in order to get you to wake up and to see what's going on. Don't allow manipulation to come in. Don't manipulate others. Don't allow manipulation to come in. Forgive yourself. I'm gonna forgive myself for when I'm less than where I should be, less than divine as I than I should be. So again, I'm sending you so much love and elevation. I will put my contact information if you are interested in energy therapy. If I can point you in the right direction, because there's so many people, like I said, that I watch. Aquarian Insight, She Do Tarot, she is the bomb. Aquarian Insight, High Vibration. There's so many people. Infinite Waters, peace. Like, there's so many people who are powerful, and I just want y'all to know that. And I let my kids watch y'all. Like, I homeschool my kids, and I let them watch all y'all. And there's times when all of us have our times when we are less than divine. And let this be a reminder for myself and to you all, that let's keep doing the work. When we're triggered by something, that trigger is coming from somewhere. If people say something, it's and we're triggered by it, it's for a reason. Let's release these triggers, release this pent up trauma and blockages, so that we may be renewed. There's a powerful healer, Galacticus. I love the fact that he's so powerful, and he talks about, laying hands on people and things that we've heard from the church or whatever else that I didn't know that was really, really true. And as I'm saying this, my hands are tingling. Like, let's give this energy, give this love to people. Tap into this information, this ancient Chinese secret. I'm so silly. Okay, let me go, because I keep hearing my kids peeking around the corner and stuff like that. I love you so, so much. See it in my eyes, see it all on me, my heart, but I will digress. It's not about me, it's about my connection to God. And if by me being present, I'm going to do whatever I can to love you, to help you, and I'm going to do that for myself as well, because I'm nothing. And it means ain't nobody well or any good if I can't do that for myself. And you better trust and believe that I'm doing that for myself, and I'm going to do more and more and more every time. At least as long as I have breath in my body, I am going to do more and strive for perfection. And there's like not really a such thing as perfection. It's always improvement. But as long as I'm striving for perfection, I can't go wrong. I can't go wrong. I mean, I might take a detour. I might make a mistake or whatever, or be less aware in the moment. But I necessarily can't go wrong, because there's lessons in everything. And so I just want to ask God, what lesson do I need to learn from this? What lesson do I need to learn from somebody else going through this situation? What lesson do I need to learn from whatever, from me fussing at the kids? And that I keep saying that because it's on my heart. I never want to do that, but I can see how easy sometimes it can be to get caught up in something and to lose focus on something else. And so again, I'm gonna leave you with that, and tend to the babies, and we're gonna go play. It was nice outside yesterday, but it's like a little bit of snow on the ground now. But we're still gonna go get suited and booted, go outside, maybe even still go to a park or whatever, and enjoy our day. So namaste to you, love and elevation to you today and every day, and I love you dearly, truly and dearly. Mwah.